I'm guessing Marjorie Taylor Greene didn't in fact have a very Merry Christmas this year, as she woke up on Sunday morning and went on a bit of a Twitter tirade where she rapid-fired 20 different tweets on all kinds of subjects, things from the Green New Deal, which of course she suggested is communist, to the Build Back Better Act. And then of course she spent a tweet or two talking about how sad it was that those poor little insurrectionists had to spend Christmas Day in jail. Oh, how sad it must be for them. Here's what she said about this. Yes, January 6th scam committee has weaponized its powers against its political enemies. Now, how do voters feel about pre-trial J6 defendants being held in solitary confinement over Christmas for absolutely no reason at all? Do they think Deputy Warden Kathleen Landerkin should be fired? Hey, super cool of you to, name names here. A person who is not a public figure, a person who's literally just doing their job, and I'm sure now is going to receive death threats from your crazed, idiotic followers. So I hope she takes action against you for this, by the way. If that's even possible. I don't even know if it is. But if it is, look into it, see if you can do that. That would be great. If these individuals are in fact being held in solitary confinement, I would actually like to know why that is happening. Unfortunately, while researching this, I can't find the information to back that up. There have been a couple reports, yes, of some of these individuals being sent to solitary confinement, and that is either for their own protection or because they were deemed a threat to other people. Which in that case, yes, you do have to remove them from the general population, either from the population's, protection or for their own protection. And yeah, I think that's okay in those circumstances. If they're facing harm, get them out of harm's way, Marjorie. But more importantly, your main problem here with these people is that they're in prison to begin with. Pre-trial. And that is because the courts determined these individuals should not be released prior to their trial. They do believe that these individuals could still pose a threat to the United States, and therefore they have to sit in jail until trial. It happens to people all the time. Sometimes it happens for reasons that are completely unfair, because they didn't know they could just pay a small amount of money and get out. But that's not the kind of situation we're looking at here. These individuals broke the law. It's very clear they broke the law. Of course, the courts will determine their guilt, but based on what the judges have seen so far, the evidence against these individuals is clearly enough to hold them in jail until the trial begins, or until the trial ends, I should say. But why don't you care about the other people all across the country, stuck in actual hellish conditions in American prisons? People who are being denied bail. If you want to talk about prison reform, like I've said 100 times, I'm here for that conversation all day long. Because we need that. We need to fix these conditions. We need to abolish solitary confinement as a punishment for these individuals. I'm with you on that. But if you're just whining about the fact that people are in jail because they broke the law, then you've lost me on that. That's not a conversation I'm willing to have. These people know what they did. We saw it unfold on TV. They're getting convicted left and right here. This is indefensible. Absolutely horrendous behavior by these individuals. And if you're asking me to shed a tear for them because they had to spend Christmas in jail, sorry, just ain't gonna happen.